Thursday, December 14th, 5:37 p.m. New York time. Good evening. Well, almost evening. Evening starts 6 p.m. Look at the currency market. Since the Federal Reserve made a policy yesterday on the U.S. interest rates that has an effect on currencies worldwide. Typically, when the U.S. lowers interest rates, U.S. dollar gets weaker. First, if they raise interest rates, the dollars get stronger. US dollar is also one of the three safe haven currencies. Japanese yen and Swiss franc also considered safe haven currencies. Not necessarily all three are going to trend in the same direction. So you may have more important times where people are going into the US dollar and the demand for that being a safe haven currency could be dominating. We're looking here on a 3-year weekly chart. That means 3 years time frame. Each candle's a week. This US dollar index is comprised of several currencies. The top three currencies, weighted average, the euro makes up 57%, a little bit more than 57% of the US dollar index, followed by the Japanese yen, that makes up 13.6% of the S&P 500, and followed by the British pound, that makes up 11.9%. Then you have the Canadian dollar and two more European currencies. So huge moves by the top three have the big effect on the dollar, specifically the euro, even so more, because again, the euro has the weighted average, nearly 60%. So here, looking at the past 3 years, here's the high of last year, this yellow horizontal line. Here's the low of last year. And here we are now. We are inside the range of last year. Last year was trending. Last year was a markup. Distribution marked down. And then here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. So we are still inside the range of this year. Tight acceleration. And notice this low of this year followed that red candle, had a yellow inside candle, reversed trend markup, consolidation. Again, here was a big fast reversal, strong single, inside candle. Whereas here, it was a consolidation, time building energy, and down to a markdown. So this here is a zone, demand zone. Yep, potential buying area stepping here. See how this goes, because this current candle is not done yet. It will get done tomorrow, Friday at close of business. Things could change. So it could be a panic selling and then buyers step in, like here. We had panic selling and buyers stepped in. The smart money stepped in here. Nice. Let's go on to the next financial currency. Look at the major currencies now in the US dollar. We will use the futures exchange for these instead of the Forex. So when these are trending up, that's weaker for the US dollar. Vice versa, when these are trending down, it's positive for the US dollar. So first we'll look at the euro. Again, 3-year chart. Here's the high of last year of the euro. Here's the low of last year. And the euro's inside this huge consolidation. Let's zoom in a little bit more. So again, the low, the most recent here, was big consolidation. Look at these big green candles occurring here. Also have a swing high here back in August. Well, this trend up here failed to test it. So we haven't even taken out this high yet. Yep. So again, it hasn't proven itself to be the stronger one, meaning necessarily to be bullish on a swing trade. Again, this candle's not done yet. Just a tight consolidation range, just like we saw in the US dollar. Japanese yen. This for 3 years. Yep, had a lot of price action. Let me make sure I have the. Here we go. High of last year. And we already took out the low of last year. This was the low of last year. So let's zoom in. We took it out. So again, big difference. The Japanese yen did take out the low of last year, but not the high. Whereas the euro US dollar is still inside the range. So again, this Japanese yen trending down is extremely bearish, giving dollar favor. So here's the high of the year. Here's the low of the year. Again, when it trends down, it's stronger for the dollar. So again, Japanese yen is very weak. It's doing a retracement. It's got a lot of concerns up here. Look how far this swing high here is away. Again, let's remember the euro in the European nation and the yen on the Asian Pacific side. Big difference, they're economy neighbors. British pound, another European currency. Here's the high for the year. Here's the low for the year. As well, here's the high of last year. Here's the low of last year. British pound, strong consolidation, still inside the range of last year. The Australian dollar. Yep, here's the high of the last year. Here's the low of last year. We are still inside. So again, there's something huge in common. All these currencies, other than the yen right now, are still inside the range of last year. Canadian dollar. Yep. Here's the low of last year. Here's the high of last year. And we're still inside that range. Coming up to a swing point right here. So Swiss franc, one of the safe haven currencies. Go to the low of last year. Yeah. You do some house maintenance on my charts. We already took out the high of last year. So mark down, and then we have a markup. A lot of volatility in this Swiss franc, no surprise. The high of the year also coming into a swing high. Yep. A lot of whipsaw in this currency. Not the best one to be investing in long term. Not as I see it now, nope. Mexican peso. Oops. Here we go, Mexican peso for the past 3 years. Here's the low of the year, last year. Here's the low of this year. Here's the high of this year. Again, as this trends up, it's gaining strength against the US dollar. So nice. The high of the year, retracement, and the reversal. Huge consolidation building energy here. US dollar and Chinese yuan, high of the year, low of the year. When this trends up, it's in favor of the US dollar, and vice versa. When it trends down, it's in favor of the Chinese yuan. See what happened here? This was a markup, consolidation, distribution, and markdown. Yep. Big panic selling down here. Coming to a swing point here, and we have a consolidation. So if you're bearish US dollar against the yuan, you should be looking for your trade here to trade bearish, trade short. We broke below the swing low, and we're building consolidation of it now. Or vice versa, if you are bullish, the US dollar, you want to see this trend up and take out this high. Either way, if it breaks below, closes below here, you could be looking bearish. Or if you get a nice strong single here, reversal, one might consider buying here too. Crypto, Bitcoin. Yep. Here's the high of last year. Here's the high of 2 years ago. Here's the low of last year. Here's the low of this year. Look, all that volatility those past years. And then they have the markdown, accumulation, breakout, accumulation, coming up to this swing high here, which was the high of last year. If you're bullish, one could be taking a trade on the breakout, that green candle here. Or depending on how this closes, because it has that huge wick on the bottom, an inside candle, very suspicious. It could be the blow off top and trending down next. Let's go look at the major currency pairs, which are the euro, the euro yen. Big difference. We have the European nation and the Asian Pacific. So as this trends up, it's in favor of the euro. Look what's happening in the past few years. Huge whipsaw this year, the high of the year, low of the year, huge whipsaw. And you have a trend down. Buyer stepping in here around 155. That's giving favor to the euro against the yen. Euro British pound. We are still inside the range of last year. Here's the high of last year, the low of last year. Huge consolidation inside that range. Yep. And this consolidation here for this year, really weak. Popped up here, small consolidation, and dump. Giving favor of, again, when this trends down, giving the favor to the pound. The euro Canadian dollar for the past 3 years. Huge consolidation this year versus trending last year. Yep. A lot of weakness here. Again, when this trends down, it's in favor of the Canadian dollar. Euro Swiss franc. Remember I said the Swiss is one of the safe haven currency. Both of these are European currencies. Euro trending down in favor of the Swiss franc. So again, as this trends down, weaker euro, stronger Swiss franc. And look at this huge consolidation. Nice phase we're in right here. Nice phase. So this could be just building energy for the next breakdown to go lower, or potential accumulation for up. Euro Australia, big difference. Wow. Massive. See this? Big consolidation. Yeah. A lot of whipsaw here too. Two different things here you got to go. Again, Australia is hugely weighted in commodities versus Europe less so. Yeah. So a lot of this has to do with the strength of gold as well too. Demand of metals and commodities favor. But again, when this is trending up, it's favor of euro. Trending down, favor of the Australian dollar. That was the euro pairs. Let's go look at the yen pairs. We already did euro yen. Let's start off the pound yen. Yep, this trending up is in favor of the pound. So you see, currency of yen is very weak against many currencies. Huge consolidation here, a lot of whipsaw coming off the high of the year. Canadian dollar, Swiss franc. Sorry, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Wow, interesting. Here was the high of last year. We took it out here, massive consolidation and dump. Yep. Again, up here, trending up is in favor of Canadian dollar. Inside candle forming here too, near a swing low. Interesting. Potential trade eye there. Swiss franc, Japanese yen, the two safe haven currencies. So this trending up is in favor of Swiss franc. Swiss franc. Wow, strong. It's much stronger than Japanese yen. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, two Asian Pacific currencies. There's accumulation, markup, accumulation, tracement, accumulation. So either this is building energy to go higher, or it's under distribution. Well, time will tell there. Yep, because again, you have these highs here rejecting it. Let's go into the final set of currencies. The pound. Already did the pound yen. Already did the euro pound. Let's go here to the pound Canadian dollar. Past 3 years. Wow, what a dive. So here, tight consolidation. Here's the high of last year. Here's the high of this year, lower this year. Huge consolidation. Swing point here. and a swing point here. Looking at the pound Swiss franc. Oh, wow. Tight consolidation here for the whole year. High of the year, low of the year. Massive consolidation occurring here. And the pound Australian dollar. Nice. You had accumulation here. Markup. Retracement. Consolidation. Tight consolidation here. Possibly, when you look at this, see this massive consolidation. You're looking for a trade for a breakout, upside or downside for a trade out there. But this current candle here for this week made a breakout below that consolidation and rejected it. Hasn't closed yet for the week yet. Again, potential giving strength to the further markup to the pound. Thank you as always for spending just a little bit of your time with me. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.